This episode is brought to you by Sundress Season. Now, as a born-a-man biological man that identifies as a man with no history of being anything other than male, and all that blah, 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 roo-rah that you people use to describe your gender or sex, I am an avid religious follower of the Church of the Sundress Season. The only thing that frolics in the wind more than the sundress itself is the ass cheeks where she ain't wearing no panties. Nonetheless, sundresses. Bright, beautiful, elegant in all measures. Or at least when you guys were wearing them. I don't know what the fuck Big Rona did to you ladies, but for some reason y'all have come back from quarantine, ditched the sundresses, and downgraded to the same spankies that the high school boys are wearing in the wrestling matches. Granted, some of y'all wear them right, but the rest of y'all wear those oversized pantyhose that don't do nothing but show off a moose knuckle so big that Santa's reindeers are ready to throw hands. Ladies, for the love of letting your vagina breathe in this 100-degree weather, please bring back our sundresses, or we're not wearing sweatpants this fall. Now let's start the episode.
Sins and woes. Of sins and woes. Of sins and woes.
Welcome to episode 51 of the Sins and Woes podcast where a bunch of dumbass millennials talk about their dumbass opinions, their dumbass perspectives, their dumbass mistakes, and their dumbass complaints. I'm your host, Nelson. Thank you for joining me today. Shit, it's been a minute, but we're back. Shout out to everybody that enjoyed episode 50. Shout out to Streams of Consciousness. Shout out to Eric, and shout out to Carter for that. Shout out YCC Entertainment. If you want to keep updated on everything that YCC has to offer, to include our Sins of Woes podcast, the Six Podcast, Protest and Rap podcast, Tunes and Tantrums podcast, and Blurred Watch podcast. Make sure you tune into YCCentertainment.com. Shout out our Patreons. Shout out QH, Frank P, Bella S, Jacoya J, and Tyrant Totodile. Shout out all our Patreons. You keep the fun up. You keep the episodes coming. We appreciate everything that you do. If you're interested in merch, go to Zazzle.com/Our Sins of Woes to get merch, or you just go to YCCentertainment.com/Our Sins of Woes to get everything. Can I get my shout outs out? I think I can get my shout outs out. Yeah, I can definitely get my shout outs out. Okay. As far as shout outs, that's all I got. Let me go introduce my guest for today. Aaron, what's up, baby?
What it do? What it do? What it do?
One of my older mentor likes. You guys know I love bringing my older mentors through.
Sir.
Shout out to Penrose Ames, but you are another one of my mentors outside of podcasting, of course, because you're not a podcaster.
No content to give, just shit talking.
Hey, that's what we're here for.
Yes, sir.
The mistakes and complaints. But I got to bring older guys through, because if I don't bring older guys through, then the older other people that aren't on the podcast say, you need an OG to come in and tell you this, that, and the third. And I'm like, the problem with most of you motherfuckers is y'all don't shut the fuck up and just listen.
Facts.
Y'all have everything to tell me and nothing to listen to.
Fair.
Real energy, right?
Fair.
Sin of the day, woe of the week. My sin of the day is I definitely called a female coworker of mine my guy. Not like my guy, like, but I was like, yo, that's dope, my guy. Like, definitely fucking made that mistake.
It's probably awkward.
Yeah. And it's funny because, like, I have a habit of doing that. Like, I've assumed that many women that were not pregnant were pregnant.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was a question you asked out of your mouth?
Where else are you supposed to ask? Well, I mean, technically it came out of my ass.
I'm hoping you were thinking that.
No.
You said, hey, like, how far are you? So that's when you put your foot in your mouth. And God gave us 2 ears.
But the trick to putting your foot in your mouth is you're still able to talk. It's just a little muffled.
Touche.
You're still able to get out. Yeah. Like, you know. You know, like, the bitches that you put like 3 fingers in their mouth and they're still saying, yes, daddy.
Yes.
God.
I love it.
It's like to say, that's the equivalent of putting your foot in your mouth. It's like, you can still hear the yes, daddy, but like, you know, you're cutting off her.
Mind you, there's no alcohol that's involved in this at all.
But yeah, no, that's definitely one. I have a really fucking bad habit of doing that, where like I'd be like, yeah, nigga. Or like, and like, you have boobs, and I thought you was just a fat dude.
You said sin of the day, and so what you're doing is really saying that this is something you do often.
Yeah, but no, that was my
sin.
reason.
Yes,
The habitual sin.
correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct. You are an habitual offender.
Yes, but
Yes.
that was something in that, like, you know, self-awareness is very important in today's society. So that was one of those mistakes that I looked at and I was like,
This is
oh yeah, I
key.
might have fucked up. Before I was just like,
After
the day
you,
goes.
after you said it.
yeah.
After you said it, never.
Well,
before.
no. Had I said it and not gotten a reaction out of it,
Oh, then you would have thought that this was okay.
which is probably why it's finally a sin of the day.
Correct. Millennials at their best. Millennials at their finest. Millennials, and we don't shut the fuck up.
Fair.
Yes.
That was a fair statement.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah, damn. And you got me thinking.
You brought the right guy.
Maybe I've approached this whole podcast the whole wrong way.
brought the
Maybe I
right
need to
guy.
change the premise of the podcast and stop talking about millennials aren't listened to. Maybe we shouldn't be listened to.
Nah, you're doing a good job, man. You're doing a great job.
Appreciate it. Outside of me fucking up genders and pregnancies.
Well, I mean, God, this is a hot topic, so I won't even go there. I'm going to let you talk.
Wait, like hot topic, like only for Patreons?
Jesus, I mean, asking a woman if she's pregnant, that's just like a biblical sin. Like, you just don't ever do that.
Oh,
ever.
you mean like, oh, that's shit. Like,
Yeah, it's just not ever something that's going to come to my mind.
look, I'm a man that, you know, has a body made for 17 swords. So I don't mind falling on mine from time to time.
Fair.
I don't mind falling on my sword. So there are some things that I'm going to say and I'm going to fucking commit to.
You have fully committed in this situation.
I don't think I've ever just straight up asked a woman. I
Fucking
don't
never.
know.
It won't even come to your brain.
You
It
know
won't even
what?
come to your brain.
You know what's funny? I never realized that was a fuck up until I hate seeing, as much as I dog women out on a consistent and constant
So, like, I
basis.
want you to look at my face as you're saying this.
I'm still trying to recollect everything that I'm
I'm
about
like,
to say.
he's
But
serious.
As much as I love,
He's serious.
as much as I love dogging women out on a consistent, nonstop basis,
I get it.
I do hate to see women cry.
I
So
get that.
when the last time I remember making that comment about, oh, so you're pregnant? No, I'm just bloated. And then I watch,
Look, oh my God.
and I
know
watched
words.
this woman start to tear up, and it was just one of those awkward moments because, like,
Yeah.
you know, like usually I can see women crying from a mile away. That
Or
kind
you
of
can see it
surprised me
coming.
because, yeah, like, you know,
You're like, I was just
here
joking.
comes the waterworks.
Yeah.
They're about to come.
That's where I'm
But in
going
that
with
moment,
that.
I was like, oh man, you just made this woman cry. Like, and
Yeah.
now in this conversation, it's really awkward
Yeah,
because she's
you're-
still talking as she's sniffling.
You're an asshole.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
that's-
100%.
yeah, we're going with that. We're going with that. We're going with that.
The moral of the
lost-
story, he still asked.
And he said sin of the day. I'm still harping on this. Like, and so this is something that's happening on a regular basis.
It doesn't happen. It's not like a once a week thing. I've just made
So-
the mistake enough times to realize that it's an
I'm
issue.
trying to parse your comment when you said that this is the first time that I realized that this is wrong, or like, hey, maybe this won't be received well.
I'm a slow learner.
No, nigga, you on the spectrum. I'm like, there's no way you're on the spectrum, high level autism. Like that's what's going on here. Like if this is what you're parsing from that, it's high level autism, and it's okay.
Well, look, I'm a firm believer that niggas ain't shit, and sometimes I like to be the staple mark
And-
for the aspirations
You are
of
the
which niggas ain't
archetype.
shit.
No worries. No worries.
All right.
Man is made in your image. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, cool. You're making me feel like
Sorry,
the bad
sorry.
guy now,
No,
and I don't know.
You know, we know, but you don't know. But that's okay. That's okay. Moving forward.
So yeah, I mean, I'm getting better about it now.
You're still
After that last time I did.
the point being here is consistently happening. That's what's so funny about it. Don't cover up. Don't cover up on this shit.
I'm
so happy
trying,
to be
ladies,
here.
okay?
I'm so happy to be here.
I sometimes I can't tell what's weight gain and what's baby accessory. So it's, and then in my defense, okay, it takes me to those moments where, like, when women hate that you don't, pay attention to things that they do.
Sure.
So, I try to acknowledge, like, when women, make certain changes to their life, like when they're glowing, even if they're not actually glowing.
And so, I'm not even going to ask your interpretation of that.
Of glowing?
Yeah.
That just means like women look way more like.
Just choose your words carefully.
Yeah, I definitely got to choose my words. Actually, no, fuck that.
Choose your
It's
words
our Says
carefully.
Woes podcast.
Fuck
Nah,
them.
nah, fuck
Fuck
that.
them.
No, like women look more. It's weird to describe, but they look more mature when they are pregnant. Like in a sense, like when you look at them, they look like a more mature person when they are. That's what glowing means to me.
Unless they're on MTV and 16 years old. So, I mean, then it just looks like, geez, where were your parents? I'm sorry, I just gave it my brain. It's horrible. Sorry, I take that back.
No, you're
No,
right.
no, I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, ladies, find your parents.
Choose better. Choose better. If you do
Choose better parents?
if
Like you
do
have a
better-
choice.
right, choose better. Choose better. If you do better, you choose better.
Oh.
If you do better, not your parents, the situation.
Fair.
Fair.
Yeah, so that's my sin of the day. I need to stop calling bitches niggas and niggas bitches and stop calling mothers to be mothers that aren't to be mothers to be. I mean, I'm learning now. I'm not perfect. What did Quinn say? I'm not perfect. I'm a growing process, and I'm okay with it. I'm a work in progress. Yeah.
Work in progress.
My woe of the week. So I got sexually harassed at Walmart. And this is going to lead up to another reason that I hate women, but we'll get to it. So I got sexually harassed at Walmart. I was actually on the phone with my guy, J-Pat. And I'm walking through the electronics section of Walmart. Some ratchet-looking black woman walks up to me. You can smell ratchet from a while away. So
You can.
I don't.
It has a stench.
Yes.
It has a stench.
It smells like corner store malt liquor
And OE.
and Swishers.
Dog and Black and Milds.
And twerking. Don't forget that. It all smells
I
like
didn't know twerking had a smell.
Yeah, and twerking. I smell that too.
It just smells like that can of booty sweat from Tropic Thunder. Like when you open it up and you take a whiff, it's like,
yeah.
that's what ratchet smells like. Okay.
It's very familiar.
You smelled it before.
I've definitely smelled it before.
You all know what we're talking about.
Yeah, shout out to Brittany Ritter. But
God.
so I'm in Walmart, and this woman walks up to me. I'm on the phone, so it's blatant that I'm on the phone. I have my
Right, so
earpiece
she's
in,
just-
and
she's just rude.
I'm talking.
Yeah,
yeah.
you're just
So,
rude.
she's rude and so much more. So she walks up to me. She goes, "Excuse me, you have a really big butt. How many squats do you do a day?" And I look at her. I fall out laughing when she asked me this. And the reason that I fall out laughing is because now I've gotten this question many times, enough times.
Sure.
But I told her, I was like, I'm sitting there laughing. I look at her face, and she's serious. So now I'm laughing a little harder because she's genuinely was asking.
She's not joking.
Yeah, she's genuinely
this is
asking
real.
this question.
This is real.
So I fall. I'm like, I'm sorry. You got to give me a second. Like, this is the first time I've had this. Like, usually I get this question when I'm out around amongst friends or familiar people, or
You're just shooting your shot.
in a more secluded environment, or in the privacy of my own home.
Needs to be a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, I get this question in Walmart while I'm literally trying to shop. I'm sorry.
While I'm on the telephone.
While I'm also on the phone.
yeah.
Sorry, you caught me off guard a little.
Equals ratchet.
Therefore, the equation is
Right.
That's what they should have taught us in math
the
growing
transitive
up.
properties
Fuck the
say,
Pythagorean
yeah,
theorem. I want to know the
equals-
ratchet equation.
Ratchet. Check.
But she asked that, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, you caught me. Like, this is new. Like somebody walking up to me in Walmart and asking me this question.
Sure.
And she looks at me and she says, "Yeah, that's cool, but like, how many squats do you do?"
She's dead serious.
Yeah, she's still trying to get the
Genuine.
answer.
I love it.
So, I'm just look at her and I was like, all right, so yeah, I don't really know how to answer this question because you really, I see you're convicted in this.
Yeah.
And she goes, I just want to know how many squats you do. And the girl that's with her, now I know this girl can walk.
Is she laughing?
Because she's
Is
built
the
like
other girl laughing?
The other girl's laughing.
Has to be.
But I know this girl can walk. And the reason I include her being able to walk is because, like most ratchet bitches in Walmart, she's riding around on chairs. But she's sitting in the she's sitting in a little wheelchair, just rolling around, but she's laughing at this whole interaction.
I completely have the picture of her in my head now.
Bro, I don't think they have those in Walmarts in the hood. I really don't think they like the little carts.
They're like playtime.
Yeah, because I think they stopped putting those in Walmarts in the hood.
Right.
Because ratchet blacks.
Yes.
Shout out to my ratchet niggas. But anyways, so the other girl is just laughing, and she continues to keep asking the question. And I was like, I think what I'm looking for in this store is actually in the other aisle. So I'm going to go ahead and go look for it over there. And you have a nice day. And the other girl just falls out laughing, and I walk off. But
It's funny.
the thing about that is that's sexual harassment.
If a man did the same thing.
Oh, my fucking God. I made this statement on episode.
We're dealing with Me Too. Oh, my God, blah, blah.
I made this statement on episode 50. I said,
You only
men
gotta
are
touch somebody
progressively understanding that the things that they used to do are no longer acceptable. You
Facts.
can't catcall women anymore. You can't talk to women a certain way in a work environment. There are certain things you can't do.
Especially in the workplace.
The things that women do in a social environment weren't acceptable like 20 years ago. They're progressively doing. We're moving two different directions on this spectrum.
I agree. Now, keep in mind, it's a certain type of woman.
Oh, 100%.
Who does that?
No.
So
We
have to
only
be
talk
very
about the
clear.
ratchet bitches.
Yeah, we got to be very clear
Yeah,
about that.
we only talk about the
It's
ratchet bitches.
certain.
No, the self-respecting women are boring to talk about.
They just don't, it doesn't come to their brain.
No. I mean, like, talking about self-respecting women is boring.
Correct. Correct.
The ratchet bitches is where the comedy
It's
and
like,
the content
it's
is.
like asking women who aren't pregnant if they're pregnant. It's that. So it's that. So it's that.
It's the same type of mentality.
That's a good callback.
So it's that.
He's basically saying the ratchet bitches have been doing this for like the last 20 years. You
like,
just
so-
experienced
I'm
it.
just new to this.
So
Yeah.
they're doing what I've been doing for years, and it took me seeing this for the first time because she cried. That now I've seen the light. Now I've seen the light.
I
and I
hate
understand.
seeing women cry.
And I understand now.
Unless they deserve it. Shout out to my exes. But anyways, but anyway, but yes, you're right. If the shoe was on the other foot and a guy did that to a woman, it would be sexual harassment. They would have escorted me out of fucking Walmart.
Oh, no question.
But then if I say something like, "Hey, lady, you can't say that to me," that's sexual harassment.
Then you're a bitch.
Yeah, I'm a bitch.
Yes.
So, and that's why I say the spectrum is changing. We're like,
That's actually a very astute point. I think that's completely true. And I think we're going one way, but I think the onus has been put more on us because there's deep and dire consequences for this. And so now when people who used to be untouchable are now becoming touchable. Now, and it's mostly men with power.
Yeah.
Men who are in power.
Yeah.
And so now we're realizing, oh, wait, I touched your butt 13 years ago. And you're bringing this up, and I lost my job.
I mean, it depends on how much weight it holds. Shout out to Bill Cosby for getting out after 3 years.
I'm not touching that.
Hit my fucking cancel button.
I'm
Jesus
not
Christ.
touching that.
Cancel culture is imminent.
I'm not touching that.
I'm kidding, ladies. Bill Cosby needs to stay locked away.
I'm not touching that. Everyone hear me. I'm not touching that.
The Bill Cosby needs to stay locked up.
Hey,
Put
man,
them
but
together.
hey, the legal system at
At its finest.
Legal
I'm
system
telling
at its
you.
finest.
Look, I said this in episode
Cannot
50,
be,
and
cannot be mad at it.
I said this in episode 50. I think that the big whites,
Uh-huh.
they thought that, hey, we only gave this guy, what is his name? Derek Chauvin? The guy that...
Oh, the guy who
I was about to say that's why they let Bill
yeah,
out.
the first degree murderer.
But that's why they let Bill out.
Yeah, because they thought that was the equivalent of OJ to Rodney King is Bill Cosby to Derek Chauvin.
But keep in mind, like, that whole Cosby thing, that was going on at the height of the Me Too movement, and it was a
That was the cause of the Me Too movement.
yes and no. So I think it was already happening, but the pressure was on so deep.
I don't
pressure was
think
on
as
so
many. I think the Me Too movement started with Bill Cosby because more women came forth. Because a lot of people compare it to Weinstein.
Yeah, so I thought was Weinstein before or after? I'm not sure because
if you date it, like when these situations happen, it started with Bill Cosby.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure like there were women that came out before the whole Harvey Weinstein thing that came out about Bill Cosby, but it didn't blow up until more women started coming out about it.
Yeah, and I think that whole thing was just mishandled poorly by the prosecution. I think
it was mishandled poorly by everybody.
I agree. But then you take a guy who's beloved by all black families, right? And then you stain the guy. But then he admits it. He admits it under the guise of, if I admit, then I have a deal, I won't be jailed. That's the rules. So this previous prosecutor, I guess, made that deal, and then the guy after him just decided to blatantly ignore it.
Yeah.
So are we fucking mad about it? I'm not.
I'm mad about it. We put a rapist back on the streets.
Well, I mean, there's the laws.
Yeah, no,
These are the
100%,
laws.
100%. No, I'm mad about the fact that they botched this.
They botched it.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm upset about. You botched the whole process. But him being out and about, look, man, he ain't raped me. He ain't raped nobody I know. So I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
It is.
Did you see that
but the
man
law-
walking into court?
No.
So-
I don't know if he's raping anybody anymore.
I'll be real with you, bro.
I'll be real.
And look, and like people are being lambasted, like, oh, you're in support of him, da 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 da.
No.
I don't support this shit at all. I'm not a fan of this dude or.
There are some
whatever
things
he
that Bill
did.
Cosby has touched that I do support.
Well, I mean,
The Cosby Show is in my sitcom. I said this on episode 50. The Cosby Show is in my Rushmore, my sitcom TV show Rushmore.
No question. But I think that was one of the first depictions of stable, successful black family,
Yeah.
which gave us a modicum of, oh, here's what we can aspire to, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what he did for black middle America.
Yeah.
But I mean, but you drugging bitches though.
Yeah.
But you out here drugging girls. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't support none of that, but I feel like, hey, the legal system is in place for a reason.
Yeah.
And it's like, we mad at people for jumping through tax loops and you know what I'm saying? Why we mad? Here's the rules.
Yep.
These are rules.
Yep.
So play by them.
Yep.
That's
Because
my
then we
thoughts.
get mad when we don't when the rules don't come into effect in our benefit.
Facts.
Yeah.
Big facts.
I agree with that.
And here's the woe is me bullshit that we're always hearing from everybody about, oh, well, why wasn't you smart enough to take advantage of it? That's
Our
how I
sins
look
and
at
woes.
it. That's why we're here.
So
Show
yeah,
out in 12. I said show her out in 12.
facts,
100%.
facts. But yeah, sexual assault, ladies, stop. I mean, sexual harassment, ladies, stop doing it. Especially when Now I'm scared to go to the cops because I don't think that anybody's gonna take me seriously.
Well, because you
Wait, hold on. Let that sink in. I don't want to go to the cops about how I was sexually harassed because I don't think that anybody's going to take me seriously. So, other than taking me seriously, you should also just stop doing it. That was me vicariously speaking for the other people that make the same arguments but are of other genders.
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
That's
So,
fair.
anyways, but I love you ladies. And I don't do that. I don't walk
Does
up to
he,
women.
though?
No, I don't do that. No. I make dumb mistakes, but I don't make like
No, not
pervert
shit like
mistakes.
that.
Yeah, no, I don't walk up to women and be like, "How many squats do you do?" Because you would say it's sexual harassment.
I wanna
But
bring
I
it
be
up again,
asking
but I
myself,
won't.
and those are one of the few things that I know how to keep inside my head. Like, I be thinking, I'm like, you a LA Fitness bitch or you like Planet Fitness bitch? Like, I be asking that stuff inside my head, but I don't say it out loud. I'm better at it.
No,
I've matured.
because it's a different. There is a difference.
Between LA Fitness bitches and Planet Fitness bitches? Yeah.
And only men know.
Yes, 100%.
And only men know. $9.99, $39.99.
That's good. That's good.
Yes,
So yeah, that's my sit of the day, my woe of the week.
sir.
You want to go ahead and get to these topics? This is the first topic I definitely want to get into. Addressing the comparison magnitude of emotions.
Yeah.
So the reason I really want to address this is because I saw a post on social media, and it said, "Can a man accept the same hurt he's put a woman through?" And I read that, and I said, of course, the first comment I see is, "Oh no, because when men do shit, when men do shit to women and they just laugh it off, but when we do the same shit to them, it's all hell to pay and everything like that. And I looked at that and I was just like, this is a trick question. With the same things that hurt women.
It's a loaded question.
It's a loaded question.
Very loaded question.
Because the things that hurt women aren't the same things that hurt men.
Agreed.
And
men respond to lack of respect.
yes,
I think that's really the big thing. Don't talk to me like this. Don't make me look like this.
Yeah.
But then, for me, like, if you cheated on me, I'm just being honest. Like, that doesn't register the same way. Now,
Yeah.
I'd be hurt, but it's like how we view sex as exercise. They view sex emotionally.
yeah,
But it just depends on what type of guy you are.
Yep.
Now, you have dudes who are straight bitches.
yes.
Like, where
Oh, you're gonna be holding on to that one.
No, I'm not. Well, I'm not holding on to that. But I mean, there's just a difference. There's just a difference.
No, there's certain things, and that was the argument I used was they were like, well, I think it's more of the somebody else commented, and they were like, I think it's more of the magnitude of equal magnitude or the response to equal magnitude. And my argument was, well, you got to understand that the things that will make a man as mad as a woman can get are two completely different things. I may have an argument with a girlfriend and, say, you trifling ass bitch or something like that. And that woman may cry. Can a woman call me a bitch and make me cry? But if I'm emotionally invested in that woman and she tells me she cheated on me, that may cause me to shed a tear.
I think it's a different. I'll let you finish.
For the reaction that we get, for the same reactions, the actions are always different for man and woman.
Correct.
So that's why I say that's a loaded question, because for a woman to hurt a man in the same fashion, she has to magnify the action. A woman can't do the same thing that a man does and get the same reaction.
Well, I think women know exactly who we are.
Yes.
I think they know. So there's different things that are going to bother you.
Yes.
Than different things that are going to bother me.
Yes.
So I know, like, something that's going to make me really upset is if you say, Aaron, you're a shitty dad. Or Aaron, like, I think, like, you don't care about anybody but yourself. You're selfish. And you're thinking in your head that, man, I'm doing all this shit.
That requires like I can go out and pinpoint 3 women and say the same thing to those 3 women, and all of them will cry.
Are you pregnant?
We'll start with that. We'll start with that. We'll start there. But I think there's perfect. Fatality. Perfect. But I think you hit the nail on the head. They do magnify emotions in a different way.
to.
But then we deal with it in a different way. So when, let's just say how I might deal with hurt or anger, I shut down. So I don't want to talk anymore. I don't want to have any more conversations with you. I'm not going to scream, yell, fuck you, you bitch, this and that. Just don't talk to me. I'm turning over in the bed. Like, I'm going to put you on red when you call. That's something that I know would specifically hurt my significant other. But that might not be the way. So you might be the lash shout type. Fuck you, bitch. That's why I was with another girl, blah, blah, blah. Or other dudes, it becomes physical. I got to punch you. Or I got to, you know what I mean? That's where, everybody is different in how they deal with their manic emotions when you're pushed to that extreme, or how you feel or how you interpret your disrespect at whatever level that is.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like I said, I think the action the action is very significant, because you're not like a woman will cry if, or I'm not going to say always cry, but I'm creating a basis off this from experience situations I've seen.
Yeah, he's making girls cry a lot from what I'm hearing.
No, I'm kidding.
I think
that's not a thing I do.
Thing.
I do not routinely make women cry. No, because I'm for the argument, for the sake of the argument. God damn it.
I'm sorry. I still cannot get over it.
Episode
I'm sorry,
name. Episode name. Are you pregnant?
I love it. I can't get over it.
Yo, that's the way.
That's the way. It's just beyond me. I'm sorry. Back on topic.
I mean, while we off the topic, I would also like to add that, you know what I'm saying, you're not okay with sexual harassment, but just regular harassment. You know what I'm saying? That's not a crime.
Well, women are complaining about regular harassment. That's why.
Okay.
So yeah.
So once that comes out, then you gonna stop.
Once they start complaining about that, then we can
Regular
address
harassment is just fine.
that. Yeah, regular harassment is okay.
As long as there's no adjective before the harassment.
Regular harassment is comedian jokes. That's what regular harassment is. That's Bill Burr at his finest. That's what regular harassment is. Bill Burr at his finest.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
Or
Okay.
Dave Chappelle on Netflix.
Yes.
That is regular harassment.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just making sure. I'm just
Sexual harassment, that's a whole nother category.
Great point.
Sexual harassment is Sarah Silverman. Wait. But yeah, no, I look at those situations because I think for a woman to try to hurt a man, like to get a man to cry, she has to do a lot. And I don't mean on her end, I mean towards the man. Like it takes a lot for a woman to do something that will emotionally hurt a man. And women know a lot of women know what they're doing. That's why they build that shit up and then they wait for that perfect moment to drop that shit.
They know. They know. But the first part of that is the makeup of the man. That's the first part. And then how much do I care? Because to make someone cry, how much do I care?
But like you said, there's certain things. There's certain things because yes, if not anybody can walk up to you and say you're a shitty dad, and it's gonna affect you the same as
fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you don't know me,
right? But all of that shit hits you a certain way. All of it hits you in a degree. If a stranger, not a stranger, but if somebody you routinely see, an acquaintance of yours, says you're a shitty dad, you're gonna take some kind of sense of, but you're also going to respond with "fuck you." But
well,
as opposed to ignoring them,
you internalize differently based on what level of relationship you have.
Facts.
How much do you know me?
Yes.
Like, so is this full of, oh, you mad at me?
Yeah.
Or do you know me?
Yeah. But if your best friend comes up and tells you you're a shitty dad,
now that's gonna hurt your feelings. That's gonna hurt your feelings. But then,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just saying, well, like I said, it was back to the point of how you feel about the woman, but then it's also your innate makeup as a man. Do things, am I flappable? Am I the type of person where you say anything to me and I curl up in a ball? There's some dudes who are emotional like this.
Facts.
Really emotional.
Facts.
And hold on. Like I've learned, and this is over just many years, like this has always been my saying, I don't give a fuck about your life. I don't give a fuck about your life. So if it's not me and mine or something that really is important to me, then what you're saying, if I focus on what you think or anybody else in the world thinks, I'm doing something wrong because that means that you are controlling my actions.
There's a line to that. And I say that because you can't shoot down everybody that's not significant to you. And I say that as a content creator. As a podcast host, as a company owner, I have to take all criticism with a grain of salt, but I have to take it all in.
We're not talking about criticism. So criticism on a
fair, yes, you're right.
There's a very vast difference
as opposed to just regular ass nigga shade.
We talk about me and you, we off camera,
right? And
we talking.
Yeah,
there's a very Nelson, you suck on your YouTube. So fucking what?
Yeah,
you can't please everybody. But I'm like, out in your living room, Nelson, you suck.
Yeah, that's
why?
Fair. That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Why? There's got to be a follow-up question to that. So somebody say you suck, like I'm not Kevin Durant and gonna write a fan back. You know what I mean? Like that's bullshit. You're sensitive. You're a sensitive person. It's okay. I mean, it's okay. Some guys are sensitive.
Sometimes it's fun just to argue back with the criticism.
Yes, if you want to be a troll. So there's a difference between being a troll and being sensitive. It just is. Fair. I'm just not a sensitive person. Fair. I'm not. I take everything with a grain of salt, as you said. So if I was doing what you were doing, I would relish in people thinking I suck because you're watching me. You're watching me.
Fact.
So thanks very much.
Shout out to my podcast audience.
You're watching me. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Keep watching my sucky
Keep watching my shitty podcast.
I promise you, next episode I'm gonna do better.
Right. Keep watching, fucker.
I'm going to do just as bad. So come in the comments on the next episode.
Comment again.
Make sure you leave a like on this episode. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, YCC Entertainment Network, youtube.com/YCC Entertainment Network.com. Wait, holy fucking shit. youtube.com/YCC Entertainment. Make sure you leave a like on this episode and leave a comment saying, God damn it.
I had such a plug right there. I'm not going to do it.
Leave a comment saying what?
Nothing.
Okay, all right. Comment.
Are you pregnant?
So there you go. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a like on the episode, and make sure you leave a comment saying which one of you niggas in the building is pregnant. All right.
Oh God, I love it. I love it. I love it.
So yeah, no. My whole argument is like I think that women have to multiply their action to get an equivalent reaction out of a man, and that's my whole problem. And for the sake of that, you can't say when you make that's why I say it's a loaded question. Is because if you're talking about, oh, I wish you could understand how you hurt me, and if you want me to feel your pain, you have to do something significantly worse to me for me to get the same painful reaction to you. And that is already too much.
Yes.
Because there are certain things that that will fuck over a guy. Well, I said the three things a man is looking for. Loyalty, interdependency, and I cannot for the love of me remember what the third one was. I can actually find it real quick. But
Sex.
No. I don't think sex is I don't think sex is one of those things that
On a question. I mean, I think that's the lifeblood. That's the lifeblood of any relationship.
Yeah. No, I think everybody's looking for sex. That's what I think.
Ends begins and starts, but it's not the same.
Loyalty, interdependency, and vulnerability. I said that on the T Fan Swap interview. I think those are the three things that a man wants most want in a relationship. And I say vulnerability because every woman gets mad that, or every guy on the planet gets mad when a woman is being their vulnerable self.
I was thinking, please don't say it.
But no man will break up with a woman being vulnerable unless it impedes on their trust.
Well said.
When a woman is being vulnerable about her feelings and her emotions, every guy wants you to be in a space where you feel comfortable doing that to him, as long as it does not impede on how you trust that man. So when you start doing vulnerable shit that says that leads to your trust in that man, that's where you fuck everything up. But no guy will break up with you just because you feel self-conscious.
I can't even come up with I'm just trying to be a contrarian. I want to be a contrarian.
You want to play devil's advocate so bad right now.
That was just well said.
Yeah. I always say loyalty because loyalty falls into trust and support because literally support isn't the definition of loyalty. And then trust is a very important factor of that.
Yes, I think it's the biggest piece.
Yes.
It's the biggest piece.
Yes. So that's why I say men look for three things. Loyalty, interdependency, and vulnerability. And I say interdependency because a man wants to know that he's needed. I've said this many times before, and I'll fucking say it till I'm blue in the face. No man gives a fuck about your independentness when you're in a relationship with him. No man gives a shit that you're independent if you're in a relationship with him.
But no man wants to feel like he's shouldering the whole load either.
Agreed. That's why interdependency is number 2.
Yes.
Because a man wants a woman that can do for him as equal as he can do for her. Now, the listings are different for what a man expects from you and what a woman expects from a man. The listing is different, but there has to be a cohesiveness of that. That's the interdependency. They're too independent.
I don't like it when he's like, really right.
Two independent people in the household doesn't exist. It does not exist. There's no such thing as two independent.
It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't exist.
Oh, it exists.
It doesn't
work.
Name a situation when you have two independent people in one household.
I would like to say me.
This is where Eric prepares to renege on this conversation. This is that moment.
No, I think you can have two alphas, but you have to have one person who is willing to say, all right, I'm going to be the one.
Not independent.
But independence isn't all the time. So you can be an independent person, but you don't have to be independent in every single thing.
You can be capable of independent aspects.
Do you agree?
You can be capable of independent aspects. I'm talking about walking into your household as an independent person. No, the two people are not independent in a household. That's my argument. Once you're in a household together.
Okay, so you didn't.
I don't care if it's a fucking roommate,
we're
a family ship.
I'm talking about. We're talking about living together. We're talking about a marriage.
I'm talking about two people in one household is two independent people. Even if you have a fucking roommate, that's not two independent people.
You said that's impossible is what you're saying.
Yes, there's no such thing as two independent people in one household.
Okay, so I thought you were talking more about personality.
No. You can.
Okay,
women,
yes.
I've always said I don't
We
do
have to depend on one another for something.
Yeah,
Somebody has to look to the other for
exactly.
something.
The two independent
But
people in one household doesn't exist.
But I don't know if that's truly the definition of interdependency.
Interdependency is the cohesiveness of dependency. Like this person depends on you, you depend on that person. Dependent is where one person depends on the other
solely. But so here's my I guess example of maybe how that couldn't be true. So I live with someone who I don't see. I work nights, he works days. The only thing I'm worried about is, do you have the rent at the end of the month? Is that
interdependency?
Is that interdependency?
Because if that person does not have the rent,
if that's your definition, then I'm okay with what you're saying. I'm okay with
if that person does not have the rent, either you have to find some other means to supplement that,
there you go,
or you're fucked.
If that's your definition of it, then I will roll with that.
Interdependency is you're depending on. If there wasn't if it's not interdependency, it's dependency.
I don't like agreeing with you.
Yeah, well, it's like that. I'm a smart nigga. You know this. You know this. They know this. Everybody knows.
I do like it. Yeah.
Kanye energy. It's fine.
It's good. It's good.
But yeah, no. Shout out to the people that shout out to that post that asked that question, because I do think that was a bullshit loaded question, but it gave me content, so I don't have any issue with it.
I mean, I don't know if you necessarily hit that on the head though.
What?
Because you say like, all right, you're talking about like men basically giving the equal response as like women, right? Just because they cry doesn't mean that my equivalent response is crying.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
agreed.
When you
But
talk about
still,
it being equal,
that the reaction is enough. Like, I'm just talking like genuine hurt. Can we talk about like for a man's feelings to get hurt? Doesn't a woman have to do something like increasingly substantial? If I go home and I don't notice my wife's newly done hair and her freshly painted fingernails. First of all, bitch, you didn't do that for me. You did it for your fucking homegirl, because I don't care. I married you. But nonetheless, God damn it, hit my cancel button. That was so unnecessary, please.
Warning. Cancel culture
It
is
was
imminent.
so unnecessary. But I make the point of saying that because that can hurt a woman's feelings. Okay. If I go home and I got a fresh lineup, I don't give a fuck if you noticed. That doesn't mean anything to me. That's what I mean, that the things that hurt women aren't the same things that hurt men. Even if the reaction is not crying, just hurt feelings alone.
okay.
I don't think a woman not noticing that a man got a lineup is going to hurt that man's feelings, predominantly, unless you're a bitch or pregnant.
Oh, God. Hit the button again.
Warning. Cancel culture is imminent.
It'd be like that. And that's why I say, like, yes, the reaction is not always crying. It's just an easy go-to for an example. Yeah. But even if just the standard of hurt feelings, I think that takes a lot for a man in comparison to a woman.
Okay. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I feel like
we're gonna just agree to disagree, because
no. Make your point, little nigga.
We're just there.
I guess like I'm thinking like in my household, like, yeah, I could say something about you not noticing, but for me, it comes down to is it worth the drama type thing? It's not necessarily that it doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It may not necessarily in that particular situation. No, I don't.
So you're weighing your options as to if you want to have that.
Correct. Like there are times when my feelings get hurt, but instead of going straight into an argument, I'm like, all right, is this worth it? No. But does that mean my feelings aren't hurt?
But still, okay. So let's take that for an example, because great. Let's take that for an example in a sense of. A woman is more inclined to bring up something like that than a man would bring up. Even if your feelings are hurt, your feelings are not hurt to the degree of bringing it up, of having that confrontation. Because I'm sure there are many women on this planet that will say, fuck, I think I might have just walked myself in the hole, because I don't think there's any woman on the planet that will say, you know what, that's not an argument worth having.
Yep.
I'm like... Where you going with this?
I realized that, like,
yeah, I was curious. I was like,
I was wondering.
I was about to say, like, I'm pretty sure there are women on this planet that will say, you know what, that's not an argument worth having. And that I have not met that woman.
And I was gonna hop on my unicorn and fly back home after that too.
Yeah, I was wondering where he was going with this. So I'm like, yeah.
This is the standard y'all have created for yourselves, and we are just observers in y'all world. But anyways, but I would hope there are situations where women will say that's not worth addressing in a volatile or an argumentative manner, and just like men weigh that option too, because the degree of how important that is not severe enough for me to address it in that matter. That's me speaking for the women that actually do weigh their options in arguments. There we go. I mean, they're unicorns.
The only reason why I say that is because man or woman, biologically speaking, everybody experiences an emotion
Facts.
before you even get to the logical point. Difference.
Women
really stop at that emotional part. You know what I'm saying?
And just go through.
They really let that seep in.
I agree with that.
While men are more likely to try to bypass the emotions. That's a societal thing.
We bypass the emotions to either get to rage or we get to shut down. So it's one of the two. But then what he's saying also, I think, is a really good point. As far as what a woman would have to do to get me to the point that I could get you. And I think it does take more. Mm-hmm. It does take more. But I think it comes down to the makeup of the man. It really does. Yeah, I think it comes down to the makeup. Would you agree?
100%.
It comes down to the makeup of the man.
Yes, but then you individualize everybody, and we don't do that here.
So we can't.
No, we gotta create a medium. You gotta create a medium.
Exactly.
So when you look at the medium, that's why I say it universally takes more to piss off a man than it would to piss off a woman.
Dude, you'd be surprised because I think a lot of us gravitate towards people who are like us. So you'd be surprised when
the thing that pisses off a man is it comes from women that know him. The only thing that pisses but that requires you investing in some kind of shit. Can't no fucking stranger piss me off. I bet you I could walk out to the fucking mall. I could walk into Walmart right now and piss 3 women off easily. Are you pregnant? Are you pregnant? Are you pregnant? Bam! I got 3 criers right now.
No, I don't think so.
A woman can't walk into Walmart and make 3 men cry.
Or you have 3 bruises. Depends on the woman. It just depends on the woman.
But the point I'm making is there's no
on the
woman on this planet that can walk into Walmart and make 3 men cry.
No. Yes, no.
Off words.
So, no.
But there are things any man on this planet can say that will make all women cry.
But you have to pick the right woman. You'd have to pick okay, so we're okay with that.
Yeah, but unicorns. You're talking about tough women.
We're not talking about tough women. I mean,
I'm sorry. That was unnecessary.
So that's not unicorn.
Hit the button, please.
Warning. Cancel culture is
This is
imminent.
my show.
Who put this nigga in charge of my ponds?
Oh, don't you worry. I got it.
This is my show.
Yes, sir. I captain.
Oh, I love it. No, but I think you do make a good point. And I'm like, I hate sometimes that you're right. I really do. It bothers me.
Because I'm a dumbass millennial?
No. Actually, you're not dumb at all.
No, I'm absolutely dumb.
That's the best
That's
part.
for you guys. I am dumb.
That is the best part. But when you're right, I have to just say, fuck, you're right.
Nah, I just make argument. That argument comes from
you make a good argument.
The standpoint of conversational listening.
Yeah.
I could roll into this next topic, but we're running tight on time for the free niggas. So we're running tight on time for the free niggas. We can dabble in this new one, this next one, and then we'll see where it goes. Okay. But I'm watching the clock. Increasing ease of objectification. Ooh. I think I brought this up. This is my topic that I picked because the Bugs Bunny challenge. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, it's the funny shit. I know that face. So there's a Bugs Bunny challenge based off a song. I have no idea what the name of the song is because I don't listen to new niggas. But
me neither.
But it's a.
I don't think that song's in English. I might be.
It says Bugs Bunny.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it says these bitches something Bugs Bunny.
It's slowed down. That's not the actual tempo.
Oh,
of the
okay.
original song.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a song that says something along the lines of women, Bugs Bunny. So what the women are doing, they're laying on their stomach on the bed and they're holding their phone like this while they're laying on the stomach, and their feet are up.
Okay, the ears.
So
okay.
the feet are playing as ears.
Okay.
But then what they lead into, a lot of them on TikTok, I don't know why I'm on fucking TikTok because,
Oh, it's fun.
well, the blacks are
Instagram.
currently protesting TikTok right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Dive in.
Did I miss a meeting?
We'll get into the Patreon version of that.
Okay.
Talk about that on the extended version.
Gotcha.
But I have to scroll TikTok because I got to see what the rave is, and it's so much content. So sometimes I have to like be able to speak on it. So the Bugs Bunny challenge is women are like putting their feet up as their ears. So they're moving their feet as if they're ears.
Yeah.
But then what they do is they poke their ass up. They do the arch.
Gotcha.
And they're usually wearing either a thong or some really like pretty panties or something like that. And I'm just looking at this and I'm like, what? This is the part where you're probably gonna create some bullshit ass excuse about, oh, it's my body and it's art and you should just appreciate that. Bitch, shut the fuck up. I got criticism for the Mona Lisa for days. I got some things to say about the Mona Lisa. So if your body is art, I got some criticism for you. You make it so fucking easy for me to objectify you. You really fucking do.
And then get mad when we do.
Then get mad when I
You
objectify
open the
you.
fucking door and mad when we walk the fuck through it.
Interestingly enough, I actually watched, there was another content creator who made a point about that. And he was talking about like one of his videos, he had posted something and it was literally just like inspirational and he barely got any hits on it.
Yeah.
But he posted the same message and put like a picture, like it was like a video of like some girls twerking next to his face.
Yeah.
And like, so it's an algorithm thing too, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
They're
no,
just
I
trying
made
to-
that joke.
No question.
I made that joke way back in episode 11. Shout out to Yami for that episode. That guy is 16 and pregnant. That was the name of the episode. That's hilarious, by the way. But I made that comment about Yami in way back in episode 11 because she was showing off her body. Yeah, she was showing off her body because she had came out of pregnancy like several months before, and she was showing off her body. And I made the comment like, "Yo, you know how like niggas always have like a fitness bitch in like their picture?" I was like, "We're just gonna use that picture, and then we're gonna roll into like the clip of the podcast episode to help the algorithm." I had made that joke, but like that's serious shit. Like, cause my shit gets muted on TikTok. That's why I don't post on TikTok anymore for the podcast because I know if I see nigger bitches and faggots, they aren't gonna fuck with that on TikTok. They're going to mute me. But if I'm a bitch and I'm twerking and I wrote niggers, bitches, and faggots on my ass cheek,
Yep.
hits for days. More thirst than hate.
Yep. Facts.
So
But there's a deeper part of this that I'm more concerned about. And so again, that's why you bring the older niggas on. So I have a daughter who's 5. And so go ahead. What?
and for the episode 51 plug of the week. Wait, just wait, relax, you get antsy, just chill out. Yeah, I'm gonna let him get that point across, but that's for the Patreon.
Say no
If
more.
you want the
Say
rest
no
of the
more.
episode, but the Patreons. So if you want the rest of this episode, this 2-hour special, you make sure you get on the Patreon at patreon.com/YCC Entertainment. But for the episode 51 plug of the week, because that's what we're gonna roll into, plug of the week, and then we're gonna roll into 2 kicks and a hug, and then we're gonna say bye to the free niggas. And then we're going to finish our episode out. Because we got many more topics to talk about. But you got to be a Patreon to get that shit. So, for the episode 51 plug of the week, shout out to fucking NiccoFeem. I always say this dude is the angriest rapper I've ever heard. But I love listening to this guy's music. NiccoFeem, Let's Just Be Honest, is a dope-ass track. And it's funny because when I originally... I will get you, nigga.
Joking.
God
I'm just
damn
joking.
it. But I reached out to him. I was like, yo, what's that song? And he was like, it's called Let's Just Be Honest. I was like, wait, isn't that your project name? And he was like, no, that's my catchphrase. I was like, wait, but it fucked me all up. Because he does say it on a lot of his projects. Because I used his Black Lives Don't Matter song on, I can't remember what episode it was. Episode 40, because it was the recap. But I used that song on episode 40, and that's how he starts the song. Let's just be honest. Black lives don't really matter. And so, but the song is called Let's Just Be Honest, featuring Amora Jones, and it's a dope-ass track. Make sure you listen to the end because that shit about to hurt your feelings.
I love it.
So here it is, episode 51 plug of the week. Let's Just Be Honest by NiccoFeem featuring Amora Jones.
gotta know your name.
Yo, let's just be honest. Beautiful women make me nervous. My knees buckle, palms sweaty, mouth isn't working. I can't speak. What's going on in my head? She looking at me, but all I'm thinking is gibberish. And I can tell if I said something, she'd probably speak. But then my heart starts racing, these knees are getting weak. My homie noticed, told me to stop being a punk. But in my mind, I'm like, dude, can you shut the hell up? Give me a minute, maybe I'll think of something smooth. Put some swag on my walk, come up with something cool. And I don't know, maybe she don't wanna be bothered. And obviously she's working, I shouldn't try and holler. But damn, everything about her is fly. She got me looking at clothes that I don't wanna buy. She got me picking out shoes that I don't wanna try. She got me in the women's section, but I'm a guy. She started singing a song I knew, now was my chance. I swallowed hard that she looked over at me. I glanced, I froze up, went the other way, I'm a fool. It really sucks, cause she might have been feeling me too. I left the store like an idiot, never again. My homie says I should go back, but what do you think?
No. Pretty girls, they always make me feel this way. Why won't these words just come out when I see your face? I always get so nervous, I don't know your name. It's been this way forever, some things never change.
A couple weeks flew by, I went back to the store. All I needed was a prop for this video, sure. I was thinking about that girl as I walked in the building. Let's just be honest, part 9 was the shoot I was filming. Oh my God, she's standing there all by herself. My stomach turned as she asked if I needed some help. I told her, yeah, I need to borrow a prop, please. Cause I'm an artist on the shoot for this video series. It's about being honest, always telling the truth. And in my head, all I'm saying is it's about you. I got her name as she forced me to buy something, damn. She looked so good that I forgot I had any plans. My phone rings, overdosed on dope, had been calling. I told her that I had to leave, in my head I was stalling. We exchanged Instagrams as she flashed me a smile. I told her please stay in touch as I skipped through the aisle. I told my friend she was there as I left out the mall. He told me she was fine as hell, I'm so proud of you, dog. Later that day, I followed back thinking it's fate. But as I scrolled through her page, it turns out that she's gay.
Pretty girls, they always make me feel this way. Why won't these words just come out when I see your face? I always get so nervous, I don't know your name. It's been this way forever, some things never change.
It's been this way my entire life, you would never know it. But to get out of your head, you must constantly show it. It's crazy how I can talk to powerful people easy. But when her beauty had struck me, my body started seizing. It's kind of funny, talking about it makes me see that I have nothing to fear, nothing will happen to me. Go take a shot at that girl you've been eyeing forever. And never think that you have to be cool or even clever.
Pretty girls, they always make me feel this way. Why won't these words just come out when I see your face? I always get so nervous, I don't know your name. It's been this way forever, some things never change.
And that was NiccoFeem. I told you. That woman played his fucking life. I don't care what nobody says. She didn't really play his life. He played his own life. But no, I watched Nico perform that live, and the next week I hit him up. I was like, yo, I need that song. I really need that song. NiccoFeem is very talented. His rapping is phenomenal. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But his production quality, like sonically, his music is amazing.
Yeah, he's good.
So check out Let's Be Honest. Like that, check out the song, check out all of his work. I use this music video, Let's Just Be Honest, for episode 40. That guy's very fucking talented. So shout out NiccoFeem, shout out Amora Jones for a dope ass collaboration. And Nico, if you're listening to this, you better be at every fucking open mic, every fucking Thursday at Toronto's, or we're gonna have some problems. But outside of that, I'll get my 2 kicks and a hug out for you free niggas, and then send you on your way. Get them out for you free niggas, and I'll send you on your way, and then the Patreons get the rest of the episode. So if you want the rest of the episode, subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/YCC Entertainment. 2 kicks and a hug. Shout out to the men that think materialistic things like flashy cars and shiny watches will still bag them wifey material. Dumb bitches love y'all. Shout out to the women that love to talk about how much weight they lost, but the real difference is that they just pull up their pants past their belly button down. Dumb niggas love y'all. Shout out to the black people using outlets. Ways to express themselves when coping with stress, anxiety, and depression. And sticking to it. All for the sake of keeping them from falling back into those emotional holes. We love you. With all that being said, bye free niggas.
Sins and woes.